Happy Thursday, beautiful people. It's me, Elle Montague, with Platinum Convos streaming live, Intellectual Radio Studios. Hello, hello, hello. Once again, we are here to talk about beautiful things with beautiful people, ordinary people that are doing extraordinary things with their lives. And today I have a special guest who's going to talk about one of my favorite subjects ever, which is herbs. I have to go ahead and spill the beans on that, which is herbs. That's my favorite thing to talk about. And so I have a special guest today to talk about that. And her name is Miss Tamatha Davis. Hi, Tamatha. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay! I'm so happy that you're joining me today to talk about your journey, how you got into herbs, and then we're going to share a little bit of some herb knowledge with everyone. Just give us an introduction of yourself, what you do, who you are, any way that you want to get.
Okay, well, I started my herb journey when I was a teenager. I had when I turned 19, I ran into a lady who talked those herbs, and she's like, maybe you could take these different combinations. I was like, okay, so I gave it a try, and sure enough, I started getting better. I changed my diet. That was like one of the main things I had to do was change my diet, and I just kind of got hooked on that. In my 20s, I bought different books on how to heal your body naturally. I started going to naturopaths. I go to my regular doctor, find out what was wrong with me, and then I would go to books, the internet, just see what kind of herbs I can take to heal myself. And that's kind of how I started off in the journey.
Yes, that's so wonderful. And, I love that because we all usually have some type of personal experience in how we become masters. But you're like right now in an herbalist master program, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Yes. And so how have you found that your journey in seeking and learning about herbs has actually helped you and your family?
Well, actually, my mother is a great testimony. A few years ago, she was diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver, and she had a lot of fluid retention in her stomach called ascites, and she had varices where she was throwing up blood, the blood vessels in your esophagus, so they just kind of started bursting. She was throwing up blood, and she had high ammonia in her body, and her memory was starting to go. The doctors at one point in 2016, November, had given her just 4 to 6 months to live. And I'm like, I'm not ready to lose my mom. So my friend Susie, who I know is listening, had talked about different herbs that can help with cleansing your liver. So I started doing research, and I gave her barberry, dandelion root, and milk thistle, along with changing her diet to a whole plant-based diet. And within just a few weeks, she started functioning better. Her memory started coming back. And we had gone to the doctor. She had gone in to have fluid drained off of her stomach, and she was in the hospital for a few days. And they run some blood tests. And I had got a call from the doctor. They said, the blood test came back. We're a little concerned. We need her to come back in. So we had gone back into the doctor. They'd done some more blood tests. Again, they called us up, and they're like, something's just not right. And I'm, like, freaking out because she's acting better. She seems to be better, but the doctors aren't really communicating what's wrong with the blood test. And so they ran other tests, ultrasound, and they changed up the medication. And they said, we're not really seeing the the cirrhosis that she had before. It's improving, and there's no cure for cirrhosis.
Right. I've never heard of a cure from cirrhosis. That's why I'm astounded.
Yeah. And so the doctor's like, just keep doing whatever I'm just really amazed by these blood tests where I'm not seeing any cirrhosis. So after going the plant-based diet and taking the milk thistle, the dandelion, and the barberry for about 6 to 8 months, she had no cirrhosis.
Oh, wow.
They said her liver was functioning properly, and she was on 19 different medications. She was on blood pressure medication, diabetes medication. She was on insulin. All that was gone. I took her off of everything. She no longer needed those things because she was eating healthy. She was feeding her liver, and she just was healing her body overall, and healing her pancreas. It's just amazing what food can do, just eating it properly.
Yes. 2,000, maybe it's 2,500, 3,000 years ago, Hippocrates always said disease begins in the gut. So, I mean, of course, we know today that you have genetic disease, and I know that they probably believe in genetic and passing on disease then as well. But the majority of your disease begins in the gut, in your microbiome. And there's a lot of new studies that are going out, today that are talking about it. So people are understanding how gluten is affecting them, causing inflammation, how the probiotics actually help you in maintaining the bacteria, that microenvironment in your body to reduce disease. So hearing you talk about how changing your mother's diet and giving her natural herbs as medicine, which is also food to help her with something like fatty liver and cirrhosis. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, she definitely didn't like the diet change. She really liked the red meat, the chicken, and fried food. So she was kind of fighting me, but once she started feeling better, she was like, even though I don't like this, I'm still going to do it. And I'm just so grateful and everything for my school and for the knowledge that I have and being able to help heal her and continuing to heal her.
So when you say dandelion, are you talking about dandelion that's out here in the grass?
Yep, the ones that everybody's trying to kill and it's like, this is a weed, and they spray with the Roundup.
I actually talked to my friends about this too, because dandelion is like amazing for cancer. And so, people are now understanding the medicinal and therapeutic uses of dandelion. Yes, the weed that you can blow, the pollen that makes you kind of sick. But you can actually eat the roots and the leaves and put the leaves in a salad. You can actually cultivate them so that you don't have to worry about pesticides in your lawn. You don't want to step on your food before eating it. But you can purchase dandelion to put in the salad. You can also purchase dandelion tea to drink. And you will still get the therapeutic benefits of dandelion. So that's interesting that you use dandelion, milk thistle, and barberry in your smoothie. So are all these things that you learned at the school, or was that part of your own research?
Well, that was my own research that I had done. My friend Susie, she did mention the dandelion and the milk thistle, and then I had came across barberry, and I actually threw into a capsule because I'll be honest, it doesn't taste great. It's like you're drinking dirt unless you put tons of sugar in it, which is not good.
Sugar is evil. Sugar is evil.
I know. Oh, it's addicting. But so I just I bought a capsule machine. I put them in capsules. And I gave her 2-3 times a day. And the other thing that I had done was gave her half of the papaya with the papaya seeds in it into her smoothie. And the papaya really cleanses your liver and your digestive tract as well.
Oh wow! So papaya seeds.
Yeah. Yep.
And what else did you do? Was it the same smoothie every day, or did you mix it up?
I mixed it up. Lots of greens. I did juice a lot of green leafy things, your kale, your spinach, your cilantro, parsley, chard. I juiced those things with pineapple. She really didn't like it because it wasn't sweet enough, so you can't put apples in it. That apples provide oxygen to your body. and she would drink the juice, and I would make smoothies with lots of berries. Berries give us lots of antioxidants in our body and help cleanses our digestive system as well.
Awesome. So, in working with her and dealing with your own ailments and going the natural route, is that what actually put you into the mindset of pursuing this as a career, or how did that actually come about? Were you just seeking it, or did it fall in your lap?
Yeah, just doing the research, and my friend, she was talking about making this a career path. She's into natural healing as well, and I started doing research. I found the School of Natural Healing online, and I wanted, after I become a master herbalist, I want to continue to become a naturopathic doctor. And the closest one here is like 2-hour drive, so that's going to be a commitment.
Oh yeah, it is definitely a commitment. But I do know people who make the drive, or even have to move to be able to do it, because the schools just aren't, convenient. They're just not in your backyard. And I don't know if it's because people don't have an interest, or maybe because people just don't know, or now that mainstream medicine is where you can make more money and you don't make so much money with cancer medicine, that has a factor in it. But the schools are definitely hard to find.
Yeah, they are. And so I guess I'm pretty fortunate that I do have one that is so close to me.
Yeah. So with your way of doing things in terms of maintaining your health, I'm hearing you say that yes, you like to use the herbs, you share the herbs with your family, and use smoothies. Are there any other tips or things that you think are very important in terms of the diet that people should consider?
My number one suggestion would be that Americans stop eating like Americans. It's the processed foods, the high-fat foods that we are taking in. It has all these chemicals, additives that's really destroying our bodies. It ages us. It gives us diabetes, hypertension, cancers. We have heart attacks, strokes. All these things are wreaking havoc on our bodies. So if we can actually get back to basics and just start eating whole plant food that's in a whole state. I'm not talking about going out and getting like sherbet or canned fruits and vegetables, because they do have the additives in it. So the fresher, the better. You can get some frozen fruits and vegetables that don't have the additives. I also suggest checking out your local farmers markets. You can even grow your own food, eating within your own backyard, as I call it. Things that are growing in your area, things that are in season. That these things also boost your immune system if you're eating things that's within a 50-mile radius of you. People don't seem to have the allergies. They don't get as sick because these are foods that's growing in their own climate.
Yes. What I found, even because I'm living in Chicago now, and I'm in a teeny tiny boxy apartment. And whereas before I lived in Alabama, where I had a lot of space to grow things, I just, I put my plants in the windowsill. So I have like 6 or 7 different potters during the winter time, and I grow things that I need or that I can use on a daily basis in my windowsill. And if I can't get enough natural light, I do use a UV lamp that I sit on the table that's right above the planters, so that I can keep everything growing. So when I need spice, I have a lot of mint, I have parsley, I have basil, cilantro growing in my windowsill. I actually have radishes, and radishes are actually really, really good. I have radishes growing right now that I need to pull out, and I have lettuce that is growing. And so even if you don't have the space, I'm just trying to creatively come up with ways that I can grow something.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate. I have about an acre, and we get plenty of sunlight. So if I can just keep my chickens out of the garden, that'd be great.
Oh, you are so lucky to have chickens. So lucky.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's like now when we talk about food, don't get me on my food kick to talk about this, because I can talk about this forever. But just being aware of when you purchase your meat. being aware when you purchase your meat that it's antibiotic free, and that the animals were kept in a humane condition, especially chickens, cage free, so that they're not expressing any stress hormones that actually can stay in the meat and transfer onto you when you eat it. So, it's huge in just understanding where your meat is coming from.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people don't understand that these farmers that produces a lot of, they give these hormones and they do the chickens that are caged up and everything, that whatever hormones that they give these animals when they slaughter them is passed on to us. So, you're seeing teenage boys growing breasts or girls maturing early, and it throws our own hormones off balance. And, a lot of women, they have, uterine polyps and PCOS and just all these things that's going on wrong in our body. We have heavy periods. And this is because of the hormones that they give the animals that we're eating. And dairy is one of the worst things because they inject these cows so that they produce more milk. And when we drink the milk, we're drinking the hormones too.
No, and you know what? I see these things all the time on Facebook memes that show human beings are the only people suckling milk from another animal other than themselves. No other animal is drinking milk from another animal except for us. And and I think about that and I'm like, oh my goodness, because I like coffee creamer. That's my downfall. I can go without milk, and I've switched to almond milk for a lot of things, coconut milk and almond milk. But for some reason, I really like milk-based creamer for my coffee. And so that's one thing I'm really working to wean myself off of, because I do understand like what's going on with that. I know we were talking a little bit before about the Jersey cow.
Yeah. When a newborn Jersey cow is like the smallest of the breeds, it's like 85 pounds when it's born, and so it needs all the nutrients and stuff for an 85 baby calf to grow. And if we're drinking that for ourselves, of course we're not going to drink as much as a calf, but still, that nutrient's not for us, and we're already fully grown. We don't need to grow anymore. So when we're taking that in, we start getting fat, and then we condense it down to cheese, which is very addicting. I was addicted to cheese forever, and I hated coming off of it. But once I got off the dairy, my hormones started balancing out. I also came off the synthetic hormones. I was on birth control for 7 years, and when I came off the birth control, I gained like 27 pounds in like a month and a half. Oh my goodness, because my body was getting that progesterone, and once I stopped it, my body's like, oh, I gotta make this now. So, and the dairy and stuff I was taking, it raises your estrogen, so my body was just really out of whack. And once I came off of the dairy and the cheeses and stuff, I noticed that things are better. I'm not as moody, I don't get the cramps, the heavy bleeding, and I take herbs along with it to help with that time of the month.
Yeah, and that's so crazy because that is something that we learned in traditional Chinese medicine too, is that once you start supplementing the body with something, the body can become lazy and stop producing what it should be producing because you're just giving it. You're just giving it and it gets used to it. So, pulling back on something and then having that lull to get yourself back in balance may happen. But it's worth it in the long run. Definitely worth it in the long run. But that's so interesting. I'm so happy to hear that. I feel like I'm constantly barking up the same tree in terms of talking about paying attention to the labels, don't eat any processed foods. I'm not saying be vegan. I'm not vegan. I can eat meat. But just being conscious of what we're eating so that we can reduce this inflammation that's causing a lot of chronic diseases like the Tamatha mentioned, which was diabetes, heart disease, and actually some things like that, So, that's interesting. I really enjoy talking about that, and I know some people are tired of hearing. So I know I was like, I keep barking up that tree, but I still have some faults. I'm working on myself too, people. I'm working on myself.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta just barking at people, and eventually, hopefully, they'll get it. I was with that way with my mom. I was like, well, if you want to get better, you gotta drink this nasty smoothie.
Yes,
But after
yes.
a while, and our taste buds change. I noticed, like, once I started eating whole food, and then I would have like potato chips, like, wow, these are really salty. Or I would have like ice cream, like, this is way too sweet. Where before I could just eat it no problem. So it does cleanse out our body, and we don't need those things that before the high salt, the high sugar. We notice how salty and sweet they really are.
Yes, that is so true, because I was eating that salad yesterday, and I was thinking to myself, I can't remember a time when I actually put dressing on my salad. Because in my salad, I have strawberries, blueberries, walnuts, some mixed creams, no cheese. And I used to love cheese in my salad, and I'm getting away from the cheese too. And I was just eating it. I didn't even have a balsamic vinaigrette or anything on it. And I was like, I wonder when that happened, because I could never imagine possibly 10 years ago eating my salad without any dressing.
Yep, that's me. It's like I gotta drench it with some blue cheese or some ranch or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I've noticed that my favorite dressing for salads is I take a little bit of water and nutritional yeast, and I just mix it up and just pour it over top of my salad. So you get your nutritional yeast, which is high in vitamin B12. And I really like the taste of it. It kind of gives somewhat of a cheesy taste to it, and it's healthy for you. It's not got tons of fat in it, and it really satisfies me. I mean, if anybody wants to try that.
Oh, I might try it. Thanks for the tip. I might try that. That sounds good.
Yeah.
So if you were to for someone starting out, someone who doesn't know about herbs, what would you say is like one of the top herbs to try to incorporate to their daily routine?
Well, I would say turmeric, mainly because anybody who's ate the standard American diet, which is sad standard American diet, has some sort of inflammation in their body. And turmeric really helps with inflammation in our body. It heals our body. It's like nature's cure-all. And for the turmeric to be absorbed, you do want to take it with fresh ground pepper, and it's fat soluble, so you want to take it with something that has fat and healthy fat. Don't eat like a cheeseburger with it. But you want to like do an avocado. You can do black seed oil. You can mix it up in almond milk. You don't need a whole lot of black pepper to get it to absorb in your body. Just a couple of the peppercorns and into a smoothie, a tablespoon of turmeric, blend it up and just drink it. And over time, you're going to notice you're going to have less inflammation. There's several people at my church. I give it to them in a capsule form, and they seem to take it because a lot of people may not like the taste of turmeric. But within a few weeks, they just like, I feel my skin looks so much clearer. I don't have the acne. Just my joints are not as stiff. And she noticed her bowel movements had changed. So I would recommend turmeric because it's, like I said, nature's cure-all.
Yes. I'm a big proponent of turmeric. And, there are different presentations that you can have with turmeric. So you can get the powder. Of course, you can go and buy the root from the grocery store and keep that in your fridge and chop it up. And if you want to boil it too, you can boil it and drink it. But always keep like the powder on hand. I've actually for people who have maybe an abscess or a tooth, if you take the powder and mix it with a little water and spoon and you can just pack it in on your tooth, and that'll make that inflammation go down.
Yeah.
So yes, I love that. How about another one? Do you have another one?
Well, another one would probably be garlic. It's kind of similar to turmeric as benefit-wise. my mother was telling me about my great-great-grandfather. He lived to be 3 months shy of turning 100. I was like, wow, what does this man do for a living? And she said every day he would have a clove or two of garlic.
Raw?
And
did he have it raw?
What's that?
Did he eat it raw?
I don't know if he cooked it with anything, but, he did eat it. I didn't really ask that. But she said he would just do a clove or two of garlic. He grew his own garlic.
Okay.
And she said he was out there tilling the garden at 97, and he'd be walking, and his mind was very sharp. She says he could, tell stories, and he didn't have that brain fog. He didn't have arthritis. He had no diseases. He didn't have a high blood pressure, which runs in my family, diabetes, heart disease. Actually, he had died. He had a rock hit him in the eye. He had to have his eye removed.
Oh, wow.
And I guess maybe that sent him in like a sort of a trauma or something, but he ended up in a nursing home, and he was in there for over a year before he passed away. But he didn't get out and move around. But my mom said, yeah, he was just really quick with things, and he exercised every day. He just was very healthy, and she said he didn't eat a lot of meat. They grew their own food. That was another thing. They didn't have all the processed foods back then. This was in the 1800s or not 1800s, but like in the 40s. My mom was born in 45. So, when he was younger, they did their own gardening.
Yeah, and that's something we're missing today. Because, I do hear lots of people say, oh, we're living longer because we have drugs and pharmaceuticals and we're living longer. But look at my family. I was actually raised by my great-great-grandmother. My great-great-grandmother. And she lived well to her 90s, her late 90s. And her daughter just passed away a couple of years ago. She was 96. And so they weren't taking a lot of drugs. They were eating fresh fruits and fresh vegetables from the gardens and drinking teas. I remember drinking a lot of teas, and we did have garlic. And my great-great-grandmother, Mama Doll, she would also take garlic because garlic is antibiotic as well for the skin. You can actually use it if you have an infection on your skin, a lesion, a boil. If you like an insectivirus, if you have something that's really, 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 really bad as a boil, with some fresh garlic and turmeric, and then just place it on the surface of your skin, and then the swelling and pain will start going away and down. And the potato just kind of holds everything in together so that it acts like a patch on your skin. And so they knew these things.
Yeah, I know. My mom, she's always like, my ancestors, they knew how to do these things. She learned a lot from her grandparents and her great-grandparents. She was fortunate enough to be able to see them. And she would just kind of share some of the things that they did that we don't do nowadays. They milked their own cows. They had their own chickens. So even their meat wasn't full of the hormones that we have. So people did live longer.
Right. So, and it's so sad that we don't have those opportunities today. Or, we have great-great-grandchildren now that are living, but have no idea, no exposure to the old-time remedies. People have forgotten.
Right. You had mentioned that people are living longer, but what kind of quality of life do they have? My husband's grandmother, she lived to be 97, but she was in a wheelchair, she was on medication, she wasn't coherent. To me, I wouldn't want to live like that, and, it's just really sad. Yeah, they live long, but they have all these sicknesses and are heavily medicated. That's no quality of life to me. I wouldn't want to be like that.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to live a long time as naturally as possible with all my faculties, my mind working, and my body as long as I can allow it to work. So I think that's why it's so important for us to even talk about herbs and and actually integrating herbs into our lives so that we can maintain this body, because we only have one. Maintain this body for as long as we can in the best condition that we can. And the only way to do that is by putting, to me, is to put natural things in there. Your body is natural. So put natural things in there.
Yep. You got to eat live stuff to keep you alive. You don't want to eat dead foods. My teacher, he says, eat plants that are still alive. You can't go out and eat a live cow, so you got to eat the live plants.
Right. Let that energy enter you. Get some live energy into you and keep that connection moving. Keep your body moving. Because, we are like batteries. We are charged, working, moving batteries. And we have to feed ourselves with energy to keep us going. Girl, you have me on the roll with these herbs. Now I'm like, I'm desperate to hear at least one more.
Okay.
You got another one?
Well, I'm going to say maca powder, maca root.
Okay.
Mainly because a lot of women have some sort of a hormonal and for women with hormone imbalances, about 90% of the time they have something in their liver. So you want to make sure you do a liver cleanse with when you're taking herbal supplements to balance out your hormones. And maca is really good. It does help cleanse out your liver as well. I would recommend taking barberry or milk thistle or the dandelion root along with any herbs that's going to help balance out your hormone. But I really like maca because it not only helps women with balancing out their hormones, but also helps men balance out their testosterone levels.
Yes, it helps men. It's like an ancient aphrodisiac. I love maca too. I actually just bought, getting me excited. I just bought maybe a month ago some fresh maca. So usually when I buy maca, it's a maca powder that I put in a drink, like as an energy drink, because you can just drink maca for energy too. It gives you a burst of energy, kind of like ginseng. If anybody drinks ginseng. So maca root is like one of the roots that it's a Peruvian root that grows like at the highest elevation period. Like no other plant can basically grow at this high elevation. It grows with very minimum amount in oxygen. So the layer of the atmosphere is very thinned out by the time the maca is actually growing. So you can take the maca in different ways. You can have it as a powder, or you can have it as a ground up, chopped up root. They like for you to have it never raw. The natives never take it raw. They actually do some type of either cooking, boiling, concocting, steaming type of thing. But for my maca that I bought last month, I took it, chopped it up, and I started making tinctures. So a tincture, yes. I have right now, I'm so excited. I have my ginseng tincture going. I am like a ginseng queen, so I have to have ginseng all the time. I give this ginseng tincture away all the time. So a tincture is when you take an herb and you put it in alcohol, an alcohol base. So the alcohol basically brings out alcohol, like drinking alcohol, like vodka. Because most people use the cheap vodka to do it. I actually like to use Tito's because I'm a Tito's girl. I like to drink Tito's shots. I like Tito's. So I make my tinctures with Tito's, and you just basically take the herbs, chop them up, put them in the vodka, and then let them sit for weeks and weeks and weeks. You can let them sit 2 weeks. You can let them sit up to 6 months, just depending on what it is. And that way, all of the active compounds of the herbs come out into the vodka. And then you can take a little dripper, like a little dropper, and drop it into your tea, drop it into hot water and drink it. You can just put it in other things in your smoothie, and it's like at a higher concentration so that you don't have to take that. So you can get ready-made tinctures at Whole Foods. But if you go to Whole Foods or some health food store like that, the tinctures, I think, for ginseng for a little teeny tiny bottle is like $20. Teeny.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
They're not cheap. $20. I can make, when I do it myself, so if I buy ginseng, like I bought American ginseng, I got 6 roots. For like $40. And I got my vodka, and so I put them in these big jars. So I think I have 2 quarts. So I have probably 3 or 4 quarts. So I can make a gazillion times more just with doing it myself. I ordered maca root online. I can tell you the vendor, I don't have it right now. Anybody who wants to know where to get maca root, please inbox me, and then I'll let you know where to get it. I actually have a picture of maca on my page the day that I got it. So yes, I love it. And I didn't really talk about ginseng, but ginseng is another one. And Tamatha didn't get a chance to mention it. But in China, like we have coffee. We love coffee here as a stimulant. In China, they use ginseng. It gives you a burst of energy. It's a stimulant. It will keep you up. So if you need to study or you need something to, you have something to do and you don't want to tire down, you got a lot of reading, you got a hard day at work, you can just take ginseng instead. I would not advise anyone to take ginseng after 6 o'clock p.m. because you may be up all night. But yeah, you may not be able to sleep until the next day. But it is a wonderful stimulant. Wonderful stimulant. So in terms of we were talking about maca for fibroids, women conditions, hormones, and for male, for men too, in terms of testosterone. I heard you say take it with dandelion. Did I hear you say that, Tamatha?
No, no.
What did you say? You said take it with something.
Did
you say not to take it alone?
No. The way that I take it, because I have anxiety, I take it with kava. And I take it in the morning, and it doesn't, I know that maca gives you, like, energy, and you think that that's kind of, like, contradicting each other. Kava is supposed to calm you down, and maca is supposed to, give you energy. But to me, kava doesn't make me sleepy, and it helps keep me calm, and I don't get sleepy today, but I still have the mental focus and energy to keep going. It's interesting how it works in your body. So if you do suffer from anxiety, especially whenever I had my period, I would just be anxious. My heart would be skipping beats. I would have panic attacks. And I noticed it would always come, my time of the month. So I started incorporating the kava in, and I had no problems. I've also created a PMS formula that, taken over time, you take less and less of it because you don't have all the cramping. Again, diet is very important when you have any sort of hormonal imbalance. You want to cleanse out your liver. You want to clean out your digestive system, clean out your colon, your lower bowel, and you can take different herbal supplements to help you do that and flush out. High fiber is going to grab all the built up estrogen in your body, and you want to drink lots of water to flush everything out.
Yes, I need to start thinking about that, because actually for when I have my menstrual cycle, I have a lot of depression. Like I just feel depressed and down and grumpy, and like I'm grieving something that I have no idea that I'm grieving. And so when I notice that time of the month for me, I actually use rhodiola. So I don't have a fresh rhodiola recipe, so I do use a rhodiola tincture that I purchase. and I just use a dropper of the rhodiola in my coffee. And so it actually enhances your mood. I do feel better when I take rhodiola during that time of the month. So that's something I need to think about is what you're saying in terms of the cramping. So there could be like a combination type a product, a combination thing that you could do at that time of the month to help you out with whatever you have going on, because everybody's different. And the best thing about herbs is that because everybody's different, you can be creative and pick the things that you like and make it the way that you like. Because
Right,
you know,
yeah.
we're talking.
There's some ladies who have fluid retention. I didn't have fluid retention, but I would be snapping at people. So in some of my herbal combinations, usually when I talk to a patient, I'm like, okay, what symptoms do you have during that time, so that way you can kind of nail it down specifically just for the individual. And I love Uber Yersi is really good for the fluid retention. I do have that in my my PMS formula that I take, even though I don't really get fluid retention, but it just helps also balance out your hormones and help with your cycle as well.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. Girl, you get me so excited. I started talking about tinctures. I didn't even know what I was talking about anymore. Because yes, because that's how I do now is make tinctures. I have tinctures for everything. So if you need a tincture, you can start selling tinctures. Maybe you can become a tincture lady. I have so many. I'm almost embarrassed to say how many mason jars, big huge mason jars I have underneath my table in the kitchen. I mean, that's how many I have going on.
Every time I start making something, my husband's like, oh no, what are you making now?
I know, right? I know. And I actually am making something, it's a secret, but one of the ingredients is coffee. Coffee in the vodka. It's going to be amazing. I know that it's going to be amazing when it's done.
Yeah, the tincture I'm working on it's berry, which helps with your mind and your mental focus. And I put in rosemary, which helps with circulation, and I put in lemon balm, which is kind of enlightening and kind of awakening.
Yes.
I kind of created that because whenever I'm studying, because I take care of my mom, I take care of a couple elderly people for my regular job. My husband and I have a painting business, and my kids are in sports, so I'm just like, wah! And so I really need something to help. And I started drinking the berry tea, and at first I was like, man, this won't taste so good, but it wasn't horrible. And after a while, I kind of got used to the taste, and I wanted to make a tincture so that it's stronger, and I can just take a dropper full so I don't have to suffer through
right.
taste of the tea.
Right, and that's exactly why I love the tincture, because I love the no. Do I want to smell it? Because if I put the ginseng actually in my bag and in a Ziploc bag and take it with me to put in the coffee later, the fresh ginseng, my whole entire bag smells like ginseng. Like it will smell up the room. Like my classmates, they smell it. If I take it to work, they smell it. Like I feel like they smell me. Like so those herbs are like really, really, really strong and potent. So a tincture is just the easiest way to get around, the horrible, long-lasting taste. Now it still may not taste good, but it's not like you have to drink a lot of it. But you will definitely feel good.
Yeah, it's just a dropper full. I had got the barberry tincture from my mom. And I was like, here you go. I didn't even think about tasting it for myself. I'm like, here, just put this under your tongue, because if you put it under your tongue, it absorbs through your bloodstream quicker. And she put that under her tongue, and let me tell you, this woman, I thought she was going to kill me.
She didn't like it. But, I think about this, too. I haven't had a soda in such a long time. And a couple of weeks ago, I had a Sprite, and I thought to myself, who in their right mind would drink this? Who in their right mind would give this to a baby? Because Sprite is strong, It's really sweet, and it really doesn't taste good. We're we're just accustomed. Our taste buds are trained to like it, but
Yeah.
it's not good.
Yep.
It's not good. So that is amazing. Thank you so much for talking to us about those herbs. We could go on and on and on and on and on about herbs, especially now it's spring going into summer. Like there's so many herbs for allergies. There's so many herbs for asthma. There's so many herbs for cooling yourself. Summer heat, weight loss during the summer. Lots of summer things going on, and we just don't have time to talk about them all.
Oh yeah.
We'll have to have a show to talk about the different seasons and the different herbs that you should use and that you should incorporate into your diet and into your life based on the season.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yes, yes. So, so if you had to say, after you start this journey, and I love this beautiful journey of coming from, a little bit unhealthy to healthy. And, what would you say is like your hopes for the future? What would you like to see for yourself and for your family around
Well, I definitely see myself having my own herb shop. I want to be able to sell the tinctures. I want to be able to sell herbal combinations. I want to be able to see people on a professional level as a naturopathic doctor and just help people heal and let people know that you don't have to go the pharmaceutical route, which you have so many different side effects, and you have to take a medication for that side effect and another medication. Herbs is meant to be a short-term thing, and they work as long as you feed your body the correct nutrients it needs, the correct food it needs. And that's what I want to educate people, to let them know that they can be healed, and even if you do have something that's terminal, you can make it less extreme by just trying to feed your body the best that you can.
Yes, yes. And I think I totally agree with that. And that's on my journey as well, as to educate people. Because, people say, oh, okay, well, herbs really don't work or natural remedies don't work. But, let's think about this. So, willow bark. For 2,000 years, women have taken willow tree leaves, willow bark, put it in their mouths, crunched down on it for pain. Pain and giving birth, pain for whatever reason. And guess what? Pharmaceutical companies or a person 100 years ago figured that out and was able to isolate salicylic acid and then made the precursor to that, which turned out to be, guess what? Aspirin. Exactly, aspirin. And whereas we go and we buy aspirin, we use aspirin every day, whereas it came from the willow tree, willow bark.
Yep.
So you can't. Exactly. It was natural. It was already there.
And that's what I tell people, that you want to take herbal supplements in their whole state. When they start extracting, when scientists start extracting things from it, that's when they start to become dangerous. Like the Oregon grapefruit has berberine in it. Berberine by itself is lethal, but it has the other chemical compounds in it that counteract that lethal components of the berberine, and it's safe. You can drink it, you can use it just fine. It's not going to kill you, but once they start extracting things by themselves, and that's when it becomes a problem, just like the white willow with the aspirin. A lot of people have problems with aspirin. I can't take aspirin. It makes my ears ring, and my mom started having stomach bleeds with it.
Yeah, it definitely will, especially if you take it for a long period of time. And, also, with the chemical process. And, I hate to talk about it so much because my background is chemistry and I work in drug development. So, but, we add things in, even though they're present at less than 1% or it's very small quantities, but things are added into that chemical process to be able to synthetically make the chemical compound for the drug. It's not just that active compound. There are lots of other things that are left in there that we can't get out, but it's still safe to use. But if you notice, whenever you watch any drug advertisement, you will see a long list of adverse events, things that could happen to you. when you take this drug. A long list. But we still, we rely on taking the drug. And, I think drugs are good. Drugs are good for certain things, but if you can take care of your body first and maintain your body without them and get yourself in a position where you don't have to have them, being preventive, then, you don't have to think about all of the added impurities that are in the drugs that cause those side effects. So let's just cut that out, nip it in the bud.
Yeah, it's tough though because everything has additives and fast food is, quick and easy. So we live in a fast food world.
Yes, everything, even the water. There was just a news update last month in April about Chicago water having lead.
Wow.
Yeah, low levels of lead but still present. So yeah, you have to be mindful and think about what you put in your body.
Yep, absolutely.
It's work, people, but it's worth it. I think it's worth it because you only have one body. This is it. And if you want to last for a long time, I'm trying to last. Well, I thank you for joining me and talking about herbs and sharing your story and sharing your journey with us. And I appreciate everything really that you offered. I'm inspired to do better, and I'm inspired to continue my studies and to continue practicing what I preach. And I just appreciate your passion and your passion for education and continuing to do the work. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me on here.
Yes. I'm going to have you again.
Yeah, my next class is an iridology where we read the retina, the eye, talk about that.
Yes, that sounds interesting. Well, that wraps up our show for today. So I want to say thank you so much for listening. Please take into consideration, we talked about some really, really easy herbs. Maca, fun, energy, hormone balancing, and for both men and women. We talked about garlic. That was easy. You can do that for longevity as well as an antibiotic. We talked about turmeric. Turmeric is for inflammation, and it's just easy as well. You can buy it in a powder. You put it in your food. It tastes good. You can put it in your smoothie. It's for inflammation of everything in the gut, keeping everything inside of there healthy. So those are 3 really, really easy ones that you could start incorporating and start thinking about in moving forward to a healthier lifestyle. So I'm happy to be with you on the journey with herbs. I'm going to talk about herbs again in other shows. You may just skip those, but I think it's